Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'm wearing a yellow shirt today. Um, I feel very excited about that. There's already been 3,000 videos about it, but I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube. If there's something that's on TV that I think is good or I want to see, there's a clip of it on YouTube, and I get to see the part I like. Um, Same with anime. Like every whatever couple of days, if there's an anime you want, you can find the whole anime on YouTube, and then it'll be taken down. But then if you look a couple of days later, it'll be back up again. So basically, I can use YouTube for all of my viewing enjoyment. But anyway, so I don't watch like The Mandalorian. I don't have Disney Plus. I don't like Disney Star Wars. I haven't liked Star Wars since The Force Awakens. Because it was just a rehashed version of A New Hope, and I'm like, this is. I've already talked about it before. There was just so many things wrong with the movie that's the last Star Wars I've seen because it just wasn't good, and like my dad didn't like it either. I mean, we're both. I don't know how you classify us as fans. Like, I used to play the role playing game. I don't know if that makes me a super fan because I didn't read any of the books. Like, there's thousands of comic books and like novels. I didn't read any of those, but I know the basics of the story. But anyway, whatever. We're just like normie fans. Like, we're the fans that Star Wars wants because without the normies you don't make a profit. But anyway, so I didn't like Star Wars ever since Disney got it. But the Mandalorian was actually pretty cool because the Mandalorian Disney Plus it was actually the closest thing to George Lucas's Star Wars. So I didn't count it as Disney Star Wars. So I would watch it on YouTube because all I like Gina Carano, so I would watch her episodes and her clips. So I got to see what I wanted to see. And so anyway, Disney fired, or Lucasfilm, sorry, Kathleen Kennedy fired Gina Carano because Gina Carano doesn't fit in with the narrative of you know um, like Kathleen Kennedy saying like the reason why like all the Star Wars movies bombed is because the fans are sexist because they didn't like strong female leads like Rey, but Rey isn't a strong female lead; she's just a Mary Sue. And so Gina Carano being the most popular character, or sorry, the second most popular character on The Mandalorian, Baby Yoda being first, she's the second. It like ruined the narrative of like the fans don't like a strong female lead or strong female characters because The Mandalorian is full of strong female characters and it's doing great. So, but Kathleen Kennedy has no creative control over The Mandalorian though. And like Kathleen Kennedy did want Gina Carano's character to be different, but once again she doesn't have creative control, so she has no final say over this. Anyway, Gina Carano got fired supposedly over some social media post. She basically, well, I'm sure you've already know what the post is about, but the post is basically about she was comparing how in Nazi Germany, how the Germans were able to round up Jews by convincing their neighbors that they were bad first, using propaganda. And so she was comparing that with how things are in today's media, where if you're a Republican or a right wing, I guess you're considered bad, and so like you're canceled if you're right right wing. I can't talk. Sorry, I just finished singing, so I'm a little verklempt. Um, Anyway, if you're not if you're of the wrong think, it is popular for people to gang up on you. Like for example, if you're a Trump supporter, like there are people who think every Trump supporter should be rounded up and taken away, and like there's a group of people who actually think this is okay. There are people who like will physically attack you if you're a Trump supporter. Like it's the same things happening. Like people are being convinced to attack their neighbors the same way back in Nazi Germany, neighbors were being convinced to attack their neighbors because they were Jewish. In this sense, people are being attacked because they don't fit the right political narrative, political view. I don't really know what that view is though, because people go right and left. I don't know what that shit means, you know? Because it's like it's so absolute. Like I don't really understand. Like I don't know all the stuff the left thinks. I don't know all the stuff the right thinks because I'm neither one because I don't know what it is. I just don't know what it is. I don't care what it is. But what I do care about is I think people should have their own opinions. Whether and I'm assuming like left and right. I'm assuming one's pro-choice, one's pro-life, one's like for higher whatever gun control, one's for no gun control. I'm assuming they're both on the opposite ends, but whatever. The only thing I can tell you is she was fired because the Post she was fired because Kathleen Kennedy said the Post was like racist and anti-Semitic. It wasn't, obviously, but she needed some excuse to fire Gina Carano because she's been trying to fire Gina Carano for the past 2 months. So she just used that opportunity because when you say, see, the problem is anytime you use like Nazi Germany, concentration camps, Jews, anytime you use that time period as an analogy, it's always a bad idea though, because there's all or just anytime you use war for an analogy, it's a bad idea because like you always offend someone, even though you're right, because you can there's nothing wrong with using any analogy. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just that you know how people are. People are sensitive, and the right people can take that sensitive issue and twist it and spin it to make it seem like you're being racist or whatever, anti-Semitic. I don't even know what anti-Semitic means. Um, doesn't like Semitic sound like something you would find on the shelf next to Ajax? So actually, I'm pro-Semitic because like I want my bathroom clean. Like I don't like the fact that there's mildew in my shower. So I'm gonna use some Semitic soap. I'm gonna use my Semitic scrub. So I'm pro-Semitic. So I just I don't want to be labeled. I'm pro-Semitic. I said I don't want to be labeled, and I just label myself as pro-Semitic. Anyway, cancel culture is stupid. I've been making fun of cancel culture. I don't know how many podcasts I've done, but that's the gist of my podcast. I'm making fun of cancel culture. But anyway, because I'm trying to get canceled in every podcast. Because it's just so stupid. It's like people who are politically correct are not funny. People who are politically correct or like Kathleen Kennedy and put a virtue signaling, you know, put their issues before like fun. Like it's okay to have a little fun. Like, what kind of world are we gonna live in where if like people like Kathleen Kennedy are in charge? The force is female. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. That is the dumbest shit. I mean, when I saw that, that's when I actually stopped liking Star Wars. The force isn't female. Your feminist agenda, keep that separate from movies. Why are you using Star Wars as a platform? And then, like, when someone who works for you goes against the platform, you fire them. You just find an excuse to fire them. Like, Kathleen Kennedy's whole platform is, like, women are being put down or whatever, not given the opportunities. The fans don't like women, so we have to put all women in the movies, which makes no sense. If you're saying the fans don't like women, why are you putting so many female characters in your movies? What do you? Well, then like you should put all men because like aren't you trying to make money? I mean the whole thing just doesn't make sense. But anyway, then when a fan favorite who happens to be a woman shows that like oh well I guess the fans aren't sexist. It's just that my character Ray that I made sucks, so no one likes it. So it makes you look bad. So you fired Gina Carano because she's making you look bad. That's the only reason why Gina Carano was fired. Gina Carano was fired from Disney Star Wars The Mandalorian because she's popular, and because she makes Kathleen Kennedy's trilogy look bad because Gina Carano was a strong female lead. Rey was a Mary Sue female lead. Star Wars movies did not make money. Okay, well, didn't like the last movie make like $1 billion, but it's Star Wars. You would think it would make like $3 billion. You know, there's a lot of like Star Wars. the first movie made $2 billion, and then each movie after made less and less. That considering it's Star Wars, that's bad. You gotta fire that person. Anyone else would have made. Think about like the last Star Wars movie should have been like in game. It should have made that kind of money. Like, and it's just politics don't work in entertainment. The reason why people go to sporting events, go to movies, is to be entertained. They don't go for politics. They don't go for BLM. They don't go for the force is female. They don't go for feminism. They they don't go for that stuff. They just go to be entertained. The reason why The Mandalorian was successful because it was just entertaining. Like there was no politics in it. It's like Gina Carano happened to be a woman. It wasn't like her dialogue was "I'm a woman. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." No, she just happened to be a woman who was, you know, in a TV show. It was just her character was the main focus, not her sex or gender or whatever. But that's how it is. We're living in a world where people are taking over our entertainment, our social media, and saying that you have to think a certain way and you have to support these certain issues, and if you don't, you're going to get canceled. And then the people who are on the opposite side, those people don't cancel the other side because those people, it's weird. It's like one side, the minority, is canceling the majority, but the problem is the majority doesn't use the internet. It's like the average person, like remember, Twitter makes up, just social media. Social media makes up a small percentage of like the public's opinion. So social media does not represent the majority of people's opinion. Like most people aren't on social media yelling and screaming, but the activists are, and for some reason the activists are the ones running things. That's why things aren't going so well. That's why things are losing money. Everything's losing money. Entertainment in general is going to hell. Sports entertainment, movie, which I'm going to call entertainment. The only entertainment that is booming is porn, because there's no politics in porn. Trust me, there's no politics in porn. There's double penetration, but there's no politics in that. You know. Anyway, I think I've said enough, and I'm gonna go watch some porn. Eva Angelina, here I come.